This is a loaf of bread. 3 ingredients: flour, water, and heat. Nothing has changed in 12,000 years. What has changed is everything else. 6 recipes, 6 worlds, 1 timeline. Jordan. 10,000 years before the Common Era. The oldest bread ever found was not baked for the living. Northeastern Jordan. A site called Shubayqa 1. This fireplace was buried under sediment for 12,000 years until archaeologists uncovered it in 2018. The bread found here was made from wild einkorn, clubrush tubers, water, ground by hand on flat basalt stone and pressed directly onto hot embers. The bread here was made from wild einkorn, clubrush tubers, and water, ground by hand on flat basalt, pressed onto hot embers, no leavening, no salt. Researchers at the University of Copenhagen described the result as dense, dark, and slightly charred. This bread was not made because someone was hungry. Evidence at Shubayqa 1 indicates it was prepared for a funeral feast. Shubayqa 1 would remain buried for 12,000 years. The bread it held, preserved in carbonized fragments, waiting. 7,500 years pass. The Nile Delta, Memphis, the capital of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. 2500 BC, Egypt fed its pyramid builders on bread, 10 loaves per worker per day. The records survived. Memphis alone held hundreds of professional bakeries. Bread was political infrastructure. It kept the pyramids rising. Egyptian bakers used conical clay molds set directly over fire, the loaves baked from the outside inward. Each mold reused hundreds of times. The flour was ground on granite. Forensic analysis of Egyptian mummies shows severe dental wear across all social classes. The stone got into the bread. The Egyptians discovered leavening by accident. Dough left in warm air began to bubble and rise. They kept portions of old dough to seed the next batch. Bakers stamped their loaves before baking. In Pompeii, 1,500 years later, carbonized loaves still bearing those stamps would be pulled from the ash. This bread was not just for the living. It was baked for the journey into the afterlife, placed in tombs to feed the dead. For 4,000 years, the tombs remained sealed. The dry desert air preserved what the fire had baked, waiting in the dark. The bakers of Memphis are gone. Their names are lost, but their bread survived the collapse of empires. 15 centuries later, Rome, the empire that would industrialize the bakery. Bread becomes a weapon of state control. Rome at its peak housed 1 million people. Every citizen depended on the daily grain dole. Inside the commercial bakeries, massive volcanic stone mills were turned by slaves or beasts of burden. The grain was milled into fine white flour, a refinement previously reserved for the Roman elite. This was not domestic baking. It was heavy industry, the first true factories in human history. The standard Roman loaf was round and scored into 8 wedges, a deep cut allowing the dense dough to expand evenly in the oven. Baked in communal brick ovens, the crust hardened into a thick shield, built to last rather than melt in the mouth. Fresh from the fire, the Panis Quadratus was distributed to the plebs as the physical manifestation of imperial power and control. In 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted, burying the bread of Pompeii under meters of scorching ash to be baked a second time by the volcano. Nearly 2,000 years later, archaeologists pulled these blackened loaves from the ruins, proving the bread of Rome did not burn away but turned to stone. 15 centuries after Pompeii fell, the year 1300, inside the great halls of Europe, bread was not just eaten, it was the plate. They called it a trencher, a thick slab of stale, dark bread, cut days earlier and left to harden in the cool air. Hot stew was ladled directly onto the bread. The trencher soaked up the fat and the broth, softening as the meal progressed. When the feast ended, the soaked trencher was not thrown away. It was given to the poor or to the hounds. Nothing was wasted. The meal was sifted through fine linen. The pure white flour went to the Lord's table. The dark bran was left for the servants. Without modern yeast, the dark dough was leavened with wood ash and sour ale. It was heavy, dense, and tasted of smoke. The servants' bread was baked in the communal oven after the Lord's white loaves were removed. It absorbed the dying heat and the lingering smoke. This was not the soft bread of today. It was a dark, dense block of survival, baked to last through the long winter. 1850, the Industrial Revolution. The stone quern is replaced by steel rollers. Bread becomes a product of the machine. Inside the massive roller mills, steel cylinders crush the wheat at high speed. The bran is stripped away entirely. The new flour is pure, blindingly white, and completely uniform. It contains no germ, no oil, and no life. This refined white powder could be stored for months. It fed the factories, but it stripped the soul from the bread. The dough was no longer kneaded by hand. Massive iron blades folded the white flour and water in minutes, replacing hours of human labor. The loaves traveled through continuous steel ovens on metal belts. Baked by gas rather than wood, they emerged perfectly uniform in shape and color. The mechanical slicer was soon added to the factory line. The bread was cut into identical sheets before it ever reached the buyer. Wrapped in wax paper, the loaf was now completely standardized. It was cheap, it was soft, and it had lost all connection to the earth. 2,000 years of industry fade. We return to the beginning, a living culture of flour and water, bubbling in the quiet of a modern kitchen. The baker scores the surface with a single, deliberate cut. This ancient gesture, unchanged since the first ovens, allows the bread to breathe and expand. Inside the intense heat, the crust hardens and the crumb expands. The Maillard reaction paints the surface in deep shades of amber and mahogany. 12,000 years. Flour, water, and heat. What began at a fire in the desert still rises in every kitchen on earth. Your bread carries the memory of every hand before it. The Natufian, Egyptian, Roman, medieval, the machine, and finally, you. This is not just food. This is the oldest continuous ritual in human history, baked again and again and again.